Akwa airport. Reverend Ntim Fordjour analysis now. And with my knowledge, having worked at the airport before, entirely so.
All right.
And your flight be about radar so. Flight be what they land for emergency purposes.
Okay.
And you call airport a very technical stop. Right. Flight be what only radar so on shadows for Bellandu Coca and Kumase. But Bellandu for emergency reasons. Ebi a crew member be a yare. Ebi a pilot be an emergency. Ebi a so emergency landing for fuel. Now say an airport here all land there. It's our Ghana Civil Aviation Authority and our Ghana Airport Company. Plane Belandia, answer na Belandano, tower, and answer control tower na Bema clearance, whether emergency or on the radar Belandano. That is Ghana Civil Aviation Authority. They are more like the regulators. But Hollandia, every single thing in the airport is largely Ghana Airport Company, airport security, the marshals, you know. Who's a plane is here in meteorology and climate? I can't say the plane taxis.
Yeah.
If the plane is for man, unza kwa kwanza milikadi si for man. Kobo kona kobe baby a park. Control tower no ma will land there no. Obey informing say there are 3 largely main handling companies at the Coca International Airport. Swissport, Aviance, and there were AH Mens. Okay. Or Menses. The name, yeah, I think Menses. Swissport, Aviance, and AH Menses. So the tower will inform what flights now will land. Now what flights now choose one of these handling companies. Say a private jet, they are one of Magdam, private jet for the BEM. They are a general aircrafter. That is where these 3 handling companies come in. No, mama, handling tools in the BBM with the Beba. Hollandia, while the marshal direct you where to park, no, sir, landing fee, you know, the company that takes us is the Ghana Airport Company. It's about 2 distinct difference here. The Abamo land, no, civil aviation. Then the airport will take over. Now, airport will take over. NACO pass an office there. National security has an office there. Airport security when the said yeah. So every local flight, omo checks no. Staff of Ghana Airport Company security no. Omo who be NACO for net to security for net, then they will exclude your bag for further investigation. So all that I'm saying is that nothing in the airport can go missing. In fact, plane in land there, your friend will be GenDec. It's a generator GEN DEC DEC GenDec. It is called General Declaration. National security baba flight no I bet you sign information. Now what information do they take? The origin of the flight baby a free bar. The entire person land they say emergency. They will take all this information. Say a kabwa near my bena ukra. Crew members no etesing. They will get all this information. It's called GenDec. A abbreviation. The full meaning is General Declaration. You need to declare why you are landing. You need to declare everything on the flight. So national security has that information. Airport company has this information.
Right.
So why are politicians leading the conversation? I got issues back when they be raising. Yeah. When issues come, when you're ready for near Kahun, accident to see a near friend P. In showing Crawford near friend P. We are weakening state institutions. Sure. And in this matter, it is one angle I don't understand. All this information is at the airport. In fact, I call one logbook. Plane, whether it's on the radar, let's not forget that radar in our revenue team for it doesn't give you all the information. Airport to tour, route to airport in the same information, you're crafting a demo. They have transponders, they have a lot of satellite tools on use. So it doesn't give you all the information necessarily. But airport, plane land there, they have about 9 things I'm requesting. Yeah, I'll pick my paper and give it to you. Logbook, no. About the origin of the aircraft. Sure. Or the type of aircraft. Among the aircraft registration letter, airport only to register letter. Among the captain on the surname, actual time of departure, estimated time of arrival. And to free Kumasi airport or Kwakra, or short ticket neswa. Time of arrival, estimated. Yama actual time of arrival, Yama signature, no mama comment. So all this information I'm at the airport based on my limited knowledge at the airport. It's at the airport. Sure. So let's come back here with what I've given you. So when President Mahama said this on 1st April, I was surprised when Felix, the communication became too combative. And I was greatly surprised. And then week, I was discussing with a friend, and I did it on my personal channel. Say, I feel the approach was bad. You see, when you are in government, idea negative BR, it goes against you. So you must always be on top. It shouldn't be them against us. Because we are not necessarily fighting Reverend Ntim Fordjour or the NPP. You are fighting the general perception of Ghanaians say allegedly flight nearby and air cocaine and money laundering business. Right. Because now it is not NDC versus NPP going into the election. It is NDC governing the country. Of which NPP people are part. So when you are treating an issue now, you say it is them against us. Your communication becomes checked. Why will I say so? The president of the country used this paragraph. See, or say nipa for agency for to collaborate. That's why I wanted to write the words. Sentence analysis.
Sure.
To collaborate with the honorable member. Akokwa, collaboration away. And you know why I'm saying the NDC handling of this issue is bad? I'll prove to you another thing. When the investigation was going on, the catch was away 1st of April. Look at the date. On the 4th of April, my good friend, and they were concerned about they were IJG from my hand on the born bus. But for this issue, the communication has been bad. This is why. On the 4th of April, granting interview was MPFM.
Right.
See, or say, Ntim Fordjour Coca and only wasting our time. The commander-in-chief of Ghana's armed forces but the chief communication officer say assembly a waste of time. And original, you are what? You are predetermining the process that the president has said say should happen.
Right.
It's more in his words. See, me tell interview. So there's a transcript. Or say, I have good relations with him. He is my neighbor, but on this issue, he knows what he's saying is a lie. He's wasting our time. No, that's wrong. You fellas don't determine whether Ntim Fordjour is wasting our time. The president has said that 4 agencies, NACOC, CID, National Security, BNI, should investigate. Has that investigation happened? No. So on what grounds are you saying Ntim Fordjour is wasting our time? Because you know what happens here. When you say Ntim Fordjour is wasting our time, Ntim Fordjour also grants another interview. So you are what? You are prolonging the conversation.
Right.
But meanwhile, when you center the conversation around those 4 agencies, then you ask the relevant questions. You give the MP the room to ventilate his views, to bring the right evidence. You drown the matter. Now, Kokwati, or say, the minister firmly dismissed the allegations, stressing that Fordjour doesn't have a shred of evidence to support his claim. I am daring him to provide it in your studio. Akokwa. President Tama 4 agencies studio is Assembly FM studio nyankoye a flight analysis. Assembly FM studio nyankoye analysis no. What happened to this process the president prescribed in the second paragraph? What happened? Because Akokwa nim Sasamuba Bernard Kabi, me Kabi, Jeff Kabi, O Kabi, the noise. Now the issue no ejina and then attend the arrest of the MP. The substance of the issue, me just say to based on information I've fed, I will not prejudice the investigative processes. That's why I'm able to give you this all airport information. Some of the things Reverend Fordjour is saying is not accurate. Some of the things Felix is saying is not accurate. I'll leave it there because I know some process will happen based on my sources.
Sure.
But you don't say this on radio. What President Mahama prescribed was not a studio analysis. Our political parties wrong. Sometimes I don't give to me I don't know what power does to them. Akokwa, me say a single document from the airport will prove all these things. I've worked there before. I have friends there. When they tell me, hey, this issue, I know a lot about it. But because I know there's a process happening, and because of what the company policy is, I'll hasten to on some of the matters. But me say they should just write to the speaker. The speaker will release Reverend Ntim Fordjour. What your command now when releasing it? Then you can say you are arresting him. And now releasing an MP say, oh, process now, ya can, men call the. Then you can arrest him.